What was your opinion on the verdict that came down in the Victor Dale Jr. shooting incident?
Yeah, it was very disappointing. There's been a lot of increased talk about Black Lives Matter. And you have local officials that do a lot of talking like they understand, what we're in the streets about. But I was very disappointed to see locally in Oregon and collective Lucas County, Black Lives don't matter when you think of the life of Victor Dale Jr. The most disappointing thing was the three shots that, well, two of those shots hit him. The officers were excused for, and the subsequent 18 shots that missed, the officers will get in trouble for. There'll be some kind of reprimand for that. But it's very similar to the Breonna Taylor shooting and murder. It appears, and I'm troubled because of the message I think it sends to law enforcement across the country, that if you shoot and you miss, you'll be in more trouble than if you shoot and actually hit someone. And that's directly contradictory to what we've been saying with accountability in regards to law enforcement. Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think this case could have been handled better than it has been?
Well, we have some systemic issues, right, when it comes to grand juries and diversity, right, that need to be changed. I think that there needs to be more power for civilians to be able to hold law enforcement accountable. And until we see those kind of systemic changes, I think we'll see law enforcement officers be able to function with impunity, which is what we're seeing. And if I may add, the most disappointing thing out of this whole incident is now we're seeing the narrative change to the behavior of Victor Dale Jr., and they're trying to paint him as a criminal, basically. And that's not the case. Right? He was not in trouble for anything that evening. The 911 call was not in regards to his behavior. And now we're seeing the narrative from law enforcement molded to try to fit their behavior and excuse their behavior, when in all actuality they should be changing their behavior to model a safe community and to protect the community. And so we're not seeing that. We're not seeing that change at all. And so it's very disappointing that the same issues that we have here are the same issues that we see across the country, we see here. And it's as bad in Lucas County as it is anywhere else in the country.
This election, we have a variety of people running for state representative, state senator. For those people, without making an endorsement or anything like that, what do you want those people to know if they're elected, how they should be able to be involved in the Black Lives Matter movement? How can they improve the current situation?
Well, listening to activists isn't enough. Right? We have to put some of these words into practice. Right? So, I've had the opportunity to talk to plenty of law enforcement officers, of elected officials, all across the board, and there has been very, very little put into actual practice in regards to accountability, Jaden. And that's just unacceptable. They should know that we won't be stagnant. We're not going to brunch. We're going to continue to build power so that they can be actually held accountable.